Every species that once voted to subjugate Earth now pleads for clemency. The Grand Council chamber throbbed with anticipation as thousands of species convened for what would become the most regrettable decision in galactic annals. I, High Councilor Zara Vex of the Centaur Alliance, stood at the central podium, my scaled hide reflecting the shimmer of countless holoscreens displaying members of the Galactic Federation. We gather today, I proclaimed, my voice reverberating through the immense chamber, to address the matter of Earth and its inhabitants. The chamber erupted in excited chirps and trills. First speaker Rio Nam, with his signature violet phosphorescent aura, raised all four appendages. High Councilor, the humans have spurned our offers of membership on 3 occasions. They dared to question our beneficence. Supreme Commander Kithaeon, her metallic exoskeleton gleaming beneath the chamber lights, clicked her mandibles in agreement. Their civilization barely qualifies as Type 1, they still combust fossil fuels, for void's sake. My tail struck the podium with force. We have extensively studied the humans. Their resistance to joining our federation is intolerable. They possess resources we require, and their continued autonomy jeopardizes our authority in the Orion Arm. Ambassador YS of the Proxima Collective waved his sensory tendrils. But their military capabilities, surely they could mount some resistance? Laughter echoed through the chamber. General Drondar, his massive form towering over the other representatives, rumbled with amusement. Their most sophisticated weapons systems are rudimentary projectile launchers and crude nuclear devices. Our smallest scout vessels could neutralize their entire orbital defense network. What of their purported adaptability? Inquired Queen Mind Senna Lux, her holographic form flickering with concern. Our research suggests humans exhibit remarkable. Warm CZ, his cybernetic optic pulsating red, interrupted, irrelevant. They are fragmented into nearly 200 distinct political entities. They wage war against themselves over resources and ideology. They will never unite against a superior force. I nodded, satisfaction coursing through my neural pathways. The motion before the Council is straightforward. We will deploy our combined fleets to Earth, establish control over their military and governmental infrastructures, and commence the methodical integration of their populace into our labor pool. The vote appeared on the massive displays encircling the chamber. Species after species registered their assent. The Arcturus Confederation, yes. The Silicon Collective, yes. The Hive Networks of Vega, yes. The Quantum Consciousness of Sirius, yes. As the final votes were tallied, I permitted myself a moment of pride. The motion passes unanimously. Earth will be subdued, and its resources appropriated for the greater good of the Federation. Jubilation erupted throughout the chamber. Various species congratulated each other on their judicious decision. Plans were already being formulated for the distribution of Earth's resources and population. The invasion fleet will commence launch within 1 planetary rotation, I declared. Our most conservative projections estimate complete pacification within their lunar cycle. Warm CZ's laughter resounded through the chamber. I wager it won't require half that time. These humans still believe their planet is flat. That's only a small percentage, corrected Science Director Pelvora, her crystalline form refracting light across the chamber. Though I must concede, their persistent belief in supernatural deities does suggest a charming primitiveness. I raised my hand for silence. Let the records reflect that on this day, the Galactic Federation unanimously sanctioned the subjugation of Earth. May our wisdom be remembered through the ages. As the chamber began to empty, Queen Mind Senna Lux's hologram approached my podium. High Councilor, I cannot dispel a feeling of unease. Perhaps we should conduct further studies of human psychology before proceeding. I dismissed her concerns with a wave. Your caution does you credit, Queen Mind, but it is misplaced. What could these primitives possibly do against the combined might of 1,000 advanced civilizations? How wrong we were. How catastrophically, monumentally wrong. Looking back now, I can pinpoint this moment as the genesis of our downfall. We were so convinced of our superiority, so certain of our invincibility, that we never paused to consider one simple truth: sometimes, the most perilous predator is the one you underestimate. The humans were about to impart that lesson to us, and the tuition would be paid in blood. Our invasion fleet emerged from hyperspace in perfect formation, 10,000 vessels strong, eclipsing their sun from the Western Hemisphere. I observed from the main bridge of our flagship, the Eternal Dominion, as the rudimentary satellites encircling Earth went dark one by one. Their global communications network is severed, reported Fleet Commander Zarvin, his tendrils rippling with pleasure. Their military installations are targeting us with their quaint nuclear weaponry. Let them fire, I ordered, almost bored. Let them witness how futile their resistance is. The humans launched everything they possessed. Missiles streaked across the sky like desperate fireworks, only to dissipate harmlessly against our shield barriers. Their most potent weapons could not even scratch our hull paint. Launch the EMP wave, I commanded. The pulse rippled across their planet like a silent tide. Cities went dark, aircraft plummeted from the sky, their mighty warships became nothing more than floating metal coffins. Phase 1 complete, announced General Dronlar through the comlink. Deploying ground forces. Our dropships descended through their atmosphere, targeting their seats of power. Washington, Moscow, Beijing, London, all fell within hours. Their military bases were neutralized by our neural disruptors, their bunkers breached by our gravity weapons, their leaders captured or eliminated with surgical precision. I recall observing the humans fleeing through their streets, panic-stricken, as our processing drones herded them into containment fields. Some attempted to fight back with their primitive projectile weapons. The bullets ricocheted off our force fields, and we laughed. Look at them, sneered Warm CZ as we observed the collection process. They attempt to resist with sticks and stones against a civilization that has mastered dark energy. Processing centers were established in every major city. Humans were tagged, categorized, and assigned roles based on their physical capabilities. The strong would labor in our mines, the intelligent would serve in our research facilities, the remainder would be distributed throughout the Federation as general labor. Remarkable adaptability in their physical form, noted Science Director Palvora, examining the latest specimen reports. They can survive in almost any environment with minimal modification. Perfect slaves. Agreed, affirmed Supreme Commander Kithaeon. And they reproduce quickly, too. We will never lack for workers again. Within a week, Earth's major population centers were under our complete control. Their militaries were dismantled, their governments dissolved, their resistance crushed. Victory celebrations erupted across the Federation worlds. I attended the grandest celebration on the Eternal Dominion. Representatives from 100 species gathered to toast our success. The ship's grand hall was filled with holographic displays depicting the ongoing processing of human specimens. Such efficiency, toasted Ambassador YS, his tendrils wrapped around a glass of quantum wine. Not a single Federation casualty. Such superiority, added Queen Mind Senna Lux. Their most advanced AI could not even penetrate our basic firewalls. Such profit, declared Trade Minister ZXRun, his scales shimmering with excitement. Their planet's resources will fuel our expansion for centuries. I raised my own glass, feeling rather pleased with myself. To the Federation. May our dominion be eternal. The celebrations continued long into the night cycle. We congratulated ourselves on our perfect strategy, our flawless execution, our complete victory. We drafted plans for Earth's resources, assigned quotas for human labor, and designed new processing centers to handle the increasing throughput. High Councilor, a junior officer, interrupted our festivities. We have an anomaly report from Processing Center 47. Handle it yourself, I waved him away. This is a time for celebration. But sir, the humans they were processing, they just disappeared. Impossible, I snapped. Check your sensors. We did, sir, multiple times. 300 specimens vanished without a trace. And sir, it's not just Center 47. We are receiving similar reports from Centers 23, 89, and 112. I felt a slight tremor of unease, but quickly dismissed it. A sensor malfunction, nothing more. Increase security if you must, but do not disturb me with such trivial matters again. The officer bowed and retreated. I turned back to my celebrating colleagues, pushing the report to the back of my mind. What did it matter if a few humans had slipped through our nets? They had nowhere to go, nowhere to hide. Their planet was ours, their civilization was broken, their species was conquered. We had won. Or so we thought. Looking back now, I realize that moment was our second mistake. We were so busy celebrating our victory that we failed to notice the first signs of our doom. Those disappearing humans weren't running away, they were gathering, planning, preparing. And we, in our arrogance, never saw it coming. The first real sign that something was amiss came 3 weeks after our initial victory. Base Commander Trayer of Processing Center 89 vanished during his routine inspection. Security footage showed him entering the human containment area but never leaving. Probably got lost, suggested War Master Cross when I reported the incident. These humans all look the same. He probably took a wrong turn. But the next day, 3 more officers disappeared from different facilities. Then 5 the day after, then 12, always during routine inspections, always without a trace. High Councilor, Fleet Commander Zara Vex contacted me, his tendrils twisting with anxiety. We found Base Commander Trayer. Excellent. Where? In orbit. Or rather, pieces of him. His molecular structure had been completely disassembled. It appears he was teleported into space, but the teleporter was imperfect. I felt my scales bristle. Impossible. Humans don't have teleportation technology. They didn't, corrected Science Director Palvora, rushing into my chamber. High Councilor, we have a massive problem. The humans in our research facilities, they are learning. Not just operating our technology, but understanding it, improving it. I dismissed her concerns. They are barely above primitive primates. How could they possibly? You don't understand, she interrupted, her crystalline form pulsing with distress. Their learning speed is unprecedented. They see a device once and comprehend its basic principles. Twice, and they can operate it. 3 times, and they are suggesting improvements. Before I could respond, alarms blared throughout the ship. Supreme Commander Kithaon's voice crackled over the comm system. Security breach in Processing Center 2. The humans, they are using our own neural disruptors against us. I rushed to the command center, watching in disbelief as chaos unfolded across our monitoring screens. Humans were breaking free of their containment fields, wielding stolen Federation weapons with impossible precision. Our own security forces lay unconscious, their neural patterns scrambled by familiar-looking devices held by their former prisoners. How did they modify our weapons so quickly? Demanded General Dronlar. The safety protocols should have prevented. Sir, a junior officer burst in, panic evident in his bioluminescent patterns. We have lost contact with processing centers 23, 47, 89, and 112. Launch containment drones. I ordered. We can't, sir. Our drone control network has been compromised. Someone, or something, is broadcasting an override signal, using Federation protocols. Reports flooded in from across the planet, more disappearances, more breakouts, more stolen technology. Our lower-ranked officers began requesting transfers off-planet, some simply deserted their posts. The humans in Section 7 reported a terrified technician, they dismantled their containment field generator. Not destroyed, dismantled. Then they rebuilt it into something else, something our sensors can't identify. Queen Mind Senna Lux's hologram appeared in the command center. High Councilor, I hate to say this, but I believe we severely underestimated. No. I slammed my tail against the floor. They are primitives. This is simply a minor insurgency. Increase security protocols, double the guard patrols, triple the neural suppression fields. Sir, Ambassador Wyas's voice shook as he spoke, we found more officers in orbit, dozens of them, all teleported, all disassembled. But the pattern is changing. The teleportation technology is becoming more precise with each attempt. They are learning from their mistakes. Trade Minister ZX Run burst into the command center. The humans in my resource extraction facilities, they are gone. All of them. But before they left, they reconfigured our mining drones. The drones are now tunneling in patterns we can't predict. They are creating some kind of underground network. I watched in growing horror as more reports poured in. The humans weren't just escaping, they were taking our technology with them, learning it, adapting it, improving it. And, most terrifying of all, they were teaching each other at an exponential rate. "Sir," a scanning officer reported, his voice barely a whisper, "we are detecting unusual energy signatures from their abandoned military bases. The humans, they are combining our technology with their nuclear weapons." Fear began to spread through our ranks like a virus. Junior officers requested combat drones to accompany them on routine patrols. Administrative staff barricaded themselves in their quarters. Even the battle-hardened veterans began to look over their shoulders. "Their resistance makes no sense," muttered Worm CZ, his cybernetic optics scanning endless battle reports. "Their tactics are unpredictable. They strike without pattern or reason. Every time we adapt our defenses, they change their approach." I received a priority message from the Eternal Dominion's chief engineer. "High Councilor, the humans in our engine maintenance sector, they ask questions about our quantum drive. Simple questions, obvious questions, too obvious. They were probing for weaknesses, mapping out our technological foundations. And we just told them everything." Science Director Pelvora's voice shook as she delivered her analysis. "Their adaptability, it's not just physical. Their minds are like quantum computers, constantly rewriting themselves, constantly evolving. They don't just learn technology, they internalize it. They don't just copy our techniques, they revolutionize them." The final report that day came from a surviving guard at Processing Center 15. "The humans," he gasped, "neural patterns showing severe trauma, they are not just using our weapons, they are using them better than we do. It's like they understand our technology better than we do." How is this possible? I stood in the command center, watching as decades of Federation technological superiority were turned against us by a species we had dismissed as primitive. We had given them access to our technology, believing them too simple to comprehend it. We had demonstrated our weapons, believing them too limited to replicate them. We had shown them everything they needed to know to destroy us, believing them too inferior to do so. As alarms continued to blare and reports of breakouts flooded in, I remembered Queen Mind Senelux's warning from the council chamber: "We should have studied them more carefully, we should have recognized the danger." Because now, they weren't just resisting, they were evolving, adapting, becoming something new, something terrifying. And they were just getting started. The humans struck at precisely 0300 sedation standard time. Every processing center, every research facility, every resource extraction site simultaneously. "High Councilor." Supreme Commander Kithaeon's voice crackled with static. "They have developed some kind of quantum interference field. Our neural disruptors are useless." I watched in horror as our supposedly impenetrable defense systems crumbled. The humans had created handheld devices that generated localized quantum fields, rendering our most advanced weapons nothing more than expensive decorations. "Impossible." Worm CZ snarled, his cybernetic optic frantically scanning tactical displays. "They couldn't have developed countermeasures so quickly." But they had. And that was just the beginning. The humans emerged from their underground networks wearing powered armor cobbled together from our mining equipment. They wielded weapons that combined their primitive projectile technology with our energy systems, creating devastating hybrid weapons that our shields weren't calibrated to stop. "Processing Center 23 has fallen," a panicked officer reported. "The humans, they have reprogrammed our security drones. They are using them to free more prisoners." "Center 47 is gone," another voice shouted. "They have modified our teleportation technology. They are beaming captured Federation troops directly into holding cells." I watched in stunned silence as centuries of Federation military doctrine were rendered obsolete in minutes. The humans moved with impossible coordination, their attacks precise and devastating. They had learned our technologies, found their weaknesses, and engineered countermeasures for every single one. "Sir!" Fleet Commander Zarvin's tendrils writhed in distress. They are not just defeating us, they are humiliating us. Every tactic we use, they counter. Every strategy we employ, they turn against us. Ambassador Wyas's voice trembled over the calm. The processing centers in the region they call Europe, all gone. The humans didn't just free their people, they reprogrammed our containment fields to hold our own troops. Then came the report that made my blood run cold. High Councilor, we are detecting unauthorized access to the Eternal Dominion systems. They have somehow breached our quantum encryption. Lock down all ships. I ordered. Shut down all non-essential systems. Too late, Science Director Pelvora whispered. They are not trying to hack our ships, they are rewriting our command protocols. They have turned our own automation systems against us. One by one, our mighty warships began powering down. Emergency systems activated, but those, too, were quickly subverted. The humans had learned our technology so thoroughly that they could control it better than we could. Fall back. I commanded. All forces, retreat to secondary positions. But there were no secondary positions. The humans had emerged everywhere at once, using our own teleportation technology to strike at multiple targets simultaneously. They appeared inside our secure facilities, bypassing our strongest defenses, using security codes they had somehow extracted from our most encrypted databases. Sir, they have taken the planetary defense grid, a tactical officer screamed. They have modified the orbital platforms. Our own defense systems are targeting our ships. I watched in disbelief as beams of pure energy lanced out from Earth's orbit, cutting through our supposedly invincible warships like they were made of paper. The humans had not just learned to use our weapons, they had improved them, increased their efficiency beyond what we thought possible. How? General Drondvar demanded. How did they master our technology so quickly? The answer came from a human transmission, broadcast on all Federation frequencies. You gave us the keys to your kingdom, a calm voice announced. You showed us your technology, believing we couldn't understand it. You demonstrated your weapons, thinking we couldn't replicate them. You revealed your weaknesses, assuming we couldn't exploit them. More ships fell to the enhanced orbital defenses. Our ground forces found themselves trapped by their own containment fields, their weapons turned against them, their armor systems locked down by familiar yet foreign command codes. Sir, a bridge officer called out, panic evident in his voice. The humans, they are boarding the disabled ships. They are not just capturing them, they are improving them, adding their modifications, making them stronger. Trade Minister ZX-Run Scales had lost all color. They are not just using our technology anymore, they are transcending it. Every capture, every victory makes them stronger. They are learning, adapting, evolving with each engagement. I watched as human forces, now clad in hybrid armor that combined Federation technology with their own innovations, systematically captured ship after ship. They moved with practiced efficiency, as if they had been using our technology for centuries rather than weeks. High Councilor, Queen Mind Senna Lux's hologram flickered urgently. We must withdraw. The humans, they are not just defeating us, they are absorbing our technological knowledge, improving it, and using it to capture more ships and facilities. It's an exponential cascade. The reports continued to flood in, processing centers falling, ships being captured, Federation forces surrendering en masse as their weapons and armor were turned against them. The humans had turned our arrogance into their greatest weapon. Sir, Fleet Commander Zarvin reported, his voice hollow, the humans have captured a quarter of our fleet. They are modifying the ships, adding their improvements. The captured vessels are now more powerful than our original designs. As I watched our mighty invasion force crumble, I finally understood our greatest mistake. We had judged the humans by their technological level, not their potential. We had measured their civilization by its achievements, not its capabilities. We had given them access to technology they hadn't developed yet, but their minds were more than ready to comprehend it. We had handed them the future, believing they were too primitive to grasp it. Now they grasped it better than we did, and they were using it to hunt us down, one ship at a time, growing stronger with each victory. All forces, I transmitted, my voice shaking, full retreat. Abandon Earth orbit. Abandon all ground facilities. Retreat to the rally point and prepare for. The transmission cut off as another modified orbital defense platform fired its enhanced beam, cutting through our supposedly impenetrable shields like they were nothing more than illusions. The tables hadn't just turned, they had been completely flipped, smashed, and rebuilt into something we no longer recognized. And still, the humans were not done with us. Our retreat from Earth became a desperate race for survival. The humans pursued us relentlessly, using our own hyperspace technology with modifications that made their ships faster, more agile, more lethal than anything in Federation history. They are not just following our flight paths, reported navigator Synlaxes. They are predicting them somehow. They analyzed our standard escape protocols and developed countermeasures. The remnants of our once mighty invasion fleet scattered across the stars, but the humans hunted us with terrifying precision. They had studied our tactical doctrines, our strategic protocols, our emergency procedures. They knew exactly where we would run. The Arcturus Confederation has closed their borders to Federation ships, Ambassador YS announced, his tendrils trembling. They say they want no part in our miscalculation. One by one, our allies abandoned us. The Silicon Collective severed all quantum communications. The Hive networks of Vega declared neutrality. The quantum consciousness of Sirius began dismantling their Federation embassy. Please, I transmitted to the pursuing human fleet, we request negotiations for an immediate cessation of hostilities. The response came back instantly. Like the negotiations you offered Earth before the invasion? The ones that ended in enslaving our people? Trade Minister Zxrun's scales had turned almost white with fear. High Councilor, the humans, they are not just pursuing us, they are systematically capturing every Federation outpost, every research station, every supply depot in their path. They are building an empire from our own infrastructure. Reports flooded in from across the galaxy, human ships enhanced with hybrid technology appearing in system after system. They didn't just defeat Federation forces, they assimilated our technology, improved it, and used it to become even stronger. Science Director Pelvora's voice shook. We have analyzed their tactical patterns. They are not just random attacks. Every move they make is part of a larger strategy. They are hurting us, corralling us, forcing us exactly where they want us to go. The humans had turned our own tactical databases against us. They had absorbed centuries of Federation military doctrine in weeks, understood it better than we did, and developed counters for every strategy we knew. The Eternal Dominion is lost, Fleet Commander Zarvin reported. Humans breached the command deck using some kind of phase shift technology we'd theorized but never successfully built. They created it in days. Supreme Commander Kithaeon's metallic exoskeleton clicked nervously. They are not just copying our technology anymore, they are taking our theoretical research and making it reality. They are achieving in hours what took us decades to even conceive. A transmission cut through our emergency channels, broadcasting on all frequencies. The voice was calm, almost amused. You thought we were primitive because we hadn't developed certain technologies yet. You never asked why. You never considered that maybe, just maybe, we had chosen different paths of advancement, that we had focused on understanding principles rather than accumulating devices. War Master Cross, his cybernetic optic frantically scanning tactical displays, finally understood. Their military history, thousands of years of constant warfare. Different weapons, different technologies, but the principles remain the same. They didn't need advanced technology to understand advanced warfare. The humans had millennia of military experience, countless wars and conflicts that had honed their tactical and strategic thinking to a razor's edge. They hadn't needed our technology to be dangerous, we had simply given them better tools to apply their martial expertise. High Councilor, Queen Mind Senna Lux's hologram appeared. The humans have developed something new, something terrible. They have combined their nuclear technology with our quantum fields to create weapons that can destabilize spacetime itself. The humans hadn't just learned our technology, they had weaponized physics itself. They took our understanding of the universe and turned it into instruments of war that we had never imagined possible. Another Federation battle group lost in the Orion sector, reported General Dronlar. The humans didn't just defeat them, they predicted every move, every tactic, every strategy. It was like they were playing against children. As our forces crumbled